Hey there, buddies. LTK here. Love Them Knives channel. Oh, God. um, I don't know what to say. I really don't. Other than this is HEAdesigns Wingman is the name of the model. No billboarding on that blade. Hopefully I haven't, put too much fingerprint on it. Check out the blade shape on this. I don't know even how to really start down this road. Of course, these are made in China. S35BN blade. Kind of a light bead blast here. Looks like. And then this is like satin flats. Obviously titanium hardware as well as titanium framelock flipper, blah, blah, blah. But I mean, this is anodized blue. They have other colors or none at all. I mean, just regular silver. And then the hardware, obviously titanium anodized in a bronzish, goldish color. There's your lockup. It's pretty light. If it's 25%, that's all it is. Click right into place. You know how the blade follows the form of the shape of the handle. Clever? I mean, you're looking through this cutout, right? You're looking through this cutout when it's folded up. Very, very clever. Very funny. Any case, these always come, and the first HEA one I had was that I put on my channel, I didn't really own it, was the Equilibrium, the big Persian upturned blade. Well, this one ain't that, that's for sure. I mean, whoa, different. So they give you a $25,000 box, so it fits in here. So that's the way you get it, folks. I can't remember where I was pushing, well, there you go, flipper tab, bang, like that, okay? Top little foam thing goes in there, and then HEAdesigns. Thank you for getting our product. After a while with this knife, I had a question. It was like, for myself, maybe rhetorical, maybe just a question about my sanity. It was like, dear LTK, I would like you to tell me, why did you buy this knife? And it's $329 on Blade HQ. It's S35VN in titanium. $329. Does that seem pricey to you? I mean, this is about the same price. This is titanium with carbon fiber inserts, the Max Ace Gleed, and this is M390 steel, right? So there's a lot going on with this one, a lot of inserts and this and that, and it's just a hell of a beautiful knife. Or like, I'll be working on this one here too, the Dwemer Assassin, also a Max Ace made with M390 steel as well. $290 and carbon fiber inlays, $290. Why am I paying another $40? So I don't get that, I guess. And okay, so let me see. How does this knife work? Well, you got a little bit of jimping on top of the blade. It's a real box cutter looking thing, isn't it? It's like, have you ever had a $330 box cutter? Well, buddy, I invite you to buy this one. And then you will have one. Bearings on the pivot. Didn't take it apart. Wasn't that curious. The flipper tab works really good. See, it's jimped and it's pulled back here. See? Obviously, it's got some kind of an internal, blade stop. That's some good detent, buddy. I could not shake this thing out. That's really tough. That's one of the toughest detents I've had on a knife. And I'm not touching that lock bar, am I? Whew. I'll tell you what, that's got to be close to a 7. And I can't remember the last time I had a 7 in my hand. That's really, on 0 to 10, 10 being the toughest. That's a 7 or a 7.5. That's just tough. Going to try and fail it. I cannot fail this because it will not, that detent will not let go until you've already committed too much force to it. So if you like a knife with a very strong detent and you missed your days when you used to stock shelves at Walmart when you were a teenager, whatever, I worked at a grocery store a little while and was stocking shelves when I was a kid. So box cutter, you missed the box cutter, you want a detent that's made for Andre the Giant to pull on. Wow, that is some stuff. And something that's really just a crazy design that a lot of people will take notice of. Then maybe this knife is for you. But I was asking myself, why the hell did I buy this? And I couldn't answer myself. That was insane. I got this in and I'm going, hold on, what? Why? I mean, I had the Equilibrium in my hands last year, and I mean, I saw that Equilibrium on Birdshot 4 channel, and they had it out, and it was just like this huge Persian. I mean, it's like long blade, big knife, but and I thought, oh my God, that just looks great. I mean, the design, awesome. I have to have it, and I looked online somewhere, and they were sold out at the time, and I go, oh, when that comes back, and then months later, I was doing a table sale. And one of the people that was contributing knives for the table sale that wanted to move some of his knives, he sent the Equilibrium, the blue one. And so, I think it was the blue one. And so, I know I did a video on it, so you can look through my library of videos. And I spent some time with that knife, and then I go, no. It seemed really thin to me. And this this is different than the Equilibrium. But the Equilibrium, I said, no. I mean, I love the kind of design, but I'm not sure I like the way it was executed. And things were fat in the middle and then thinned out near the top and the bottom. And they do here too. And then, so that doesn't give you the kind of heavy piece of scale. This is so crammed in here. And look at your pass-through for disengaging the lock bar. There is almost nothing there, okay? So I could see that they milled this little area out so you could try and get your thumb in there, some of your flesh in there to pry that apart. I'm not really big on that. I don't appreciate that much, and I see that they tried to rectify that a bit or deal with that issue. And also, the lock bar is very stiff. So first of all, there's really no pass-through. Second of all, the lock bar is really stiff, which is a good thing from a safety standpoint. But it's a pain in the posterior for disengaging. It doesn't make it real easy. The blade's very light, so there's no drop, basically, here. So it's thin up, thin down, kind of edgy. So if you're trying to disengage, let me see if I can find, just like this Wii rectifier. Look at these scales. They're fatter, more rounded. There's a pass-through there that's got little, you see what I'm saying? You push it away, easy to do. And since it's fatter and rounder, it's more smooth and comfortable in your hand. It's not so edgy. That kind of thing. Even like the Riot Torrent. Look, there's space in there because you got a 4mm thick blade. So you got space. And you don't have a lot of a pass-through. You got a little bit. And you can see how they've kind of done that machine work to open that up. But this is easy. This is so much easier to disengage. this lock bar. First of all, you got space in here to get your thumb. And second of all, the lock bar is not stiff. So it's easy breezy. See how thick these slabs are at the top? They didn't thin them out. Man, I'm not digging that. Although, you know, you got contoured aluminum scales. You got a lot of machine work on here. I mean, the design, I understand that they were going for something really unique. And it's unique. I'll give you that. It's unique. Yes, it is. It's unique. Now, how big a knife is it? 3.5-inch blade, 8 1/4 overall. Paramilitary 2, can you say? So 90 millimeters and 21 centimeters overall. Should be the same sizes. Fancy, get out here. Can we do, oh man, thanks a lot for the Spidey flick. Yeah. Okay, so here we go. And it's same size. Same size knife. Just for comparison purposes, if you were interested. Everybody has a Paramilitary 2, obviously. I mean, isn't that just entry into the show? You have to have one of these. Lord Almighty. But, I mean, 110, 120 bucks. I could see that. I just, 100, maybe 150, but 320. Whatever. Hold on, let me get my thing. Just, I mean, I think money. Maybe I talk money too much on this channel. I'm sorry if I do, and you're offended by that. But I mean, I look at knives and I look at them. You know, what have they done? What kind of materials? Can I function with the knife? Does the design make sense? And if it doesn't, it's a fantasy design. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. As long as it's something that pleases my eye, and this does not. But, and then it's how much I got to pay for it. I mean, that's kind of the final deal there. To me, it is. 3.2 millimeter thick. Yeah, 1/4 inch. Not 1/4 inch, an 1/8 inch. I'm sorry. Man, I just thought about that. I'm going, man, that'd be behemoth. 0.55, because it's fat out in the middle. So 14 millimeters. So out here, yeah. I mean, how's the ergos? They're crap. I mean, come on, man. Really? What do you think the ergos would be like on this? I mean, can you get a hold of it? Yeah, you can get a hold of it. And they actually did give you somewhere to go for sharpening, at least. But no, the ergos, reverse grip, pretty much just as probably better actually than the standard grip. This jimping is actually okay, and it's aggressive enough and not bad. So it's not like overly smooth and ineffective, but yeah, so that's okay. Jimping, design for what you were trying to go for here, and this cool little cut through, you know, that's cool. Detent, if you like a strong detent, I don't need one that strong, but if you like a really strong detent, then that's wonderful. Okay, that would be up your alley, but I don't need one that strong. I really don't prefer one that strong. Interesting. I mean, it's an EDC-able size, and let's get a weight on it, because it does feel fairly light. Oh, and another thing I probably should have, if I had a flashlight somewhere I could find on my table. It's always, you know, you start looking for something and gone. Yeah, looks like they've done some weight relieving inside. Yeah, they have. Okay, it's been weight relieved inside. So I'll bet it's pretty light. It doesn't feel very heavy. 121 grams. Let's go back around to ounces. 4.2. That's pretty light. 4.2. I mean, you take something like almost the same size, the Torrent. 6.2, 2 ounces heavier. So they're about the same size. In fact, well, we could, you know, compare. Not far off, are they? You know, 3.6, 3 5/8 is 3.5. So, you know, overall, about the same. About the same. Interesting, huh? But, you know, hey, you go, okay, well, I mean, I kind of understand $329. It just seems outrageous to me. One of my favorite knives that's a titanium frame lock flipper, and this has S35VN too, you know, and it's anodized. And so is the pivot collar, the back spacer. I mean, they're not done in an opposite color, but they're titanium, right? They could be in an opposite color. This just makes tons of sense. The action's so much better, so much more intuitive and easy to carry. Guess what? $157, 59, whatever. 329. I mean, I just see that. I just start going down that road, and I'm just going, I'm lost now. I know. This is a different kind of design setup and everything, but just getting to the stage where and I'm not digging the design. I'm not digging this knife at all. This knife will go on. It will go away. This is not my CH knife, my Charlton Heston. Out of my cold, dead hands before you get this. No, I'll let her go. I will let her go. Interesting. I wonder if this thing is a box cutter. Wow, it's sharp. You know, hey, it's sharp. It's sharp out of the box. Okay, yeah, I get you. But I don't get you. I don't like this. Pass through, if there is actually, and I didn't get my calipers out and measure, top to here as opposed to top to here. There may be a little bit of, this might be a little actual higher, but just very stiff lock bar, thin, so it kind of digs into your thumb a little bit more when it's thinner stock. It's not as comfortable when you're disengaging that. And you really have to push to do that. There's no lock rock or blade play on this thing. It's solid that way, nothing there. And obviously over travel stop and insert. And it's centered. I mean, clank, that detent, check that out. Man, that's tough. That's tough stuff. Is it comfortable in hand? This really doesn't bother me that much. I'm really surprised. But this in my hand, now this is smooth and nice enough. It doesn't really dig into my palm. And there's your lanyard hole you can string through there. See that? Right? Integrated into your back spacer. Cool. I mean, I like it. From that respect, as far as detent and lanyard hole, I mean, I like the color. I like the titanium hardware. It's anodized bronze. I mean, it's flashy. It's good looking. It's an interesting thing. It's an interesting blade shape. I mean, obviously, it's not your piercing king, but I mean, it's a box cutter. It's a tough little box cutter. But nah, it's just not my style, guys. It's just not my style. Not digging it at all. Not at all. And it falls the wrong way, doesn't it? All right, hey, we've talked about this one enough. Flanagan, pull the trapdoor. Reject. Nah, this is not our style. We ain't going down this road, buddy. We got to get our money back. We got to pass this one on to somebody who does adore this design. And go on down the road. What do you think, bud? Because you know what we do around here. We love them knives, so stay sharp.